coming up here in just a few moments.
Our thanks to our great Jefferson Pilot Teleproductions crew, Jim Doozle and Quasis Starr, Jimmy Rayburn. Congratulations, Tennessee, Jimmy, Ed Wade, and Charles Boyd. Terry DeCarlos always does a great job on the technical side of things. Dave Johnson on the audio with Jim McCullough and the rest of the group. Up here in the booth, we thank John Mondry, our outstanding statistician, and Tony Britt, who points out the players to me from week to week. Pete Redpath and Lisa Langley have been with us most of the year as stage managers.
And what the production people have to do just a little bit extra. You think it's hard to play a football game in the cold and rain. It's no picnic to move this equipment around and handle it in the sloppy weather as well. So, folks, thanks very much for a good job again today.
21 seconds left here. They're sort of like offensive linemen. They never get the credit they deserve either. There's Dick Crum. Has to feel a little bit better about things with a victory here today over Virginia. That's Jonathan Hall, who, I don't know how he feels, to be quite honest about it. He started the first 5 ball games of the year. They were 4-0-1. Mark May came back, and Dick Crum will tell you he has 2 starting quarterbacks. But one of them has gone all the way today. Mark May now has it back to throw, throwing to the end zone, and throws a touchdown pass to Eric Streeter. Now, I must admit I didn't expect that, but I guess Dick Crum didn't expect the timeout. I don't know.
The flag in the end zone, too. I think had Virginia not called the timeout, they would have let the clock run down. Keep in mind, this is Eric Streeter's final ball game at Kenan Stadium.
All right, I'll take that, I guess.
They have penalized Streeter for spiking the football. Guess where they went, though? Inside the 20. A corner route. Great catch by Streeter. And the penalty was the celebration, so the touchdown counts.
Well, it is 26-7 with the extra point to come.
There's the penalty right there. You can't do that until you're in the pros, Eric.
That was almost unsportsmanlike conduct before he spiked it. 21 seconds left in the game. 26-7, Carolina. And Legally Armas will add the extra point.
You know, the Carolina fans...
They like it, yeah.
Now Bob Carpenter is going to explain to the Carolina coaching staff what took place. I guess.
Well, Bob Carpenter may be trying to find his way back to his appointed spot on the field. So we're going to follow him and see where he's going. Oh, there we go. He wants to get the clock moving. We have not get the time taken off the clock. The clock never started on that play.
Well, it did. The clock was stopped. Was it stopped at 21 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shades of the Wolfpack and Gamecocks a few weeks ago. That's another story, though. 21 seconds left here. The clock didn't start. You know, I guess if Virginia calls the timeout and wants to prolong play, North Carolina has every right to go and try and score the touchdown.
And the fact, as I said, it's Eric Streeter's final ball game. Perhaps they take 5 seconds off the clock. That's what Bob Carpenter is saying. And perhaps Carolina, following up on your thought, Gary, said, hey, if they're going to make us do it, we're going to try and give a senior one more moment of glory in front of the home folks. But the flip side of that is a play like that can come back to haunt you in future years.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I've been holding that back for the last 2-3 minutes or so. Mark May will hold. Legally Armas will kick. Looking to add point number 27. At least they're not going for 2.
You also have to consider the fact, too, Gary, that for some of these Carolina kids, it's the first time they have beaten Virginia in their Carolina career.
That is right. Since the last 3 years, you're absolutely right. (27-7) after the kick by Learmas. We'll have time for the kickoff and 1 or 2 plays. Well, next week we've got Georgia Tech and Wake Forest. with our regular season finale as you look at Dick Crum talking things over on the sideline. And he has, as you said, an important ball game next week against the Duke Blue Devils. What a balanced league we have this year. There just is not a doormat in the league this year.
We've had some great offensive efforts by all the teams in the league this year. There's some great skill on the offensive side of the football. And really, Gary, I think in terms of 1987, as all these coaches prep in the offseason, I think that the key next year is going to be the team that can become a little more dominant on defense has got to be considered the front runner for the 87 ACC title.
There's Derek Fenner. What a great day he had. 328 yards. What does that work out to? That's about better than 7 yards a carry. In fact, about 8 yards a carry.
8 yards a carry.
You know, talking to a couple of assistant coaches in the last few weeks, a lot of people feel that Clemson is not only the team of the present, but might be the team of the future, as young as they are and as well as they've done this year.
They got to come up with somebody to take the place of Terrence Flagler and Kenny Flowers. They're losing a couple of very fine tailbacks after this 86 season.
But North Carolina will have almost everybody back. You know Virginia's going to be better. Duke, that freshman class, will have a year of experience, or at least redshirt in some cases.